thing it says, "Yo, we're live now." Alright, so
What's
yo,
up?
I'm doing a Kingdom stream today because I've been noticing a lot of less, like a lot of people not talking about Kingdom in the community.
Draco
Wait,
Nation got to
whoa,
get it popping.
fuck, fuck, I have it up, I have it up. Shit, my bad. I'm reading the intro. Alright, I've been noticing that what's his name? There's not a lot of talk in the community about Kingdom due to One Piece being overly popular at the moment, the Reverie arc and such. And about a year ago, the fucking community was popping with people wanting to talk about this shit. But lately, just been like, no one wants to talk about it. So instead of waiting for people to talk about it, I decided to take it upon me. So like,
Hey,
actually, just fucking make weekly or like I don't know, bi-weekly discussions about what's going on, especially about the hot shit that just went down recently in the like 558 to 560. That's what we're gonna like. Before I even start that, I'm gonna go around and let the guys in here introduce themselves starting with Twale.
What's up, people? It's your boy Twale, bringing you weekly Kingdom content. I guess not enough for Draco's liking, but I
Nah,
try.
it's just like I was talking about more so about discussions and like group people talking about it and such. We have it in our Discord, but like I haven't seen much videos about it. At least less than they used to be, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, all right.
what's up, people? This is Jonkins the Pimp. I'm a big Kingdom fan, but I don't really do Kingdom videos. I mostly do Fortnite and shit. I should get on Kingdom maybe later, you know. Watch for the content. Watch for it. Yeah. So what do we talk about today? The recent chapters.
The recent chapters, primarily 558 to 560. You know the hot shit that went down. I just want like I'll just
Like
go around.
558, like the one where it was like cliffhanger and
Yeah,
Echo was
yeah,
like,
yeah. Like when this dude's master plan that he got from Osa's tutelage was broken down before even fucking Riboku saw it, and Banaji and Guillaume were about to go after this guy's head. So starting from that, what did you guys think of the fact that Riboku was able to find out the weakness of that plan without even seeing it in the first place, or like Hara hasn't hinted that he saw it before? What's your thoughts about that?
see, I don't know what to fucking think of it because Hara gave like some hints with like, oh, and he's like, I caught a whiff of their defense and it's like really sturdy. And Reebok was like, I saw like some clues that made me realize the
Oh,
weakness, but he just never expanded upon it. So I don't really know how to judge like how impressive it is or if it makes sense because we just know
nah,
so little about it.
it's a complete ass pull, my nigga. This
uh,
is just padding. This is just padding Raboku's like already like long resume of ass pulls. Like, how does he teleport? Like, I get your horses are fast, but they're not silent. Like, how do you just sneak up on somebody? Like, ah, that makes no sense. Nah, this is a Raboku ass pull, so it's okay.
I mean, we
Like,
can get to Mako situation later, but
yeah,
this one, I don't know if it's an asshole. Like, I just
bro,
don't know like his thought processing or like what clues he got from the battlefield to like say that. I say it's bad execution because Hara
facts,
didn't let us
yeah.
know anything about it, but I
facts.
can't really call it an asshole when I know so little about it.
Yeah, I'm with Jonkers right
This is
there.
why I call it an ass pull. Is because he met up with Bananji, right?
Yeah.
And like from the context of what we got from Chogardio, this was the first time that they had seen that type of formation. So it's not like Roboku had something to study. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yo,
this,
before I gotta like, is Red Sniper the guy you wanted to add in the chat, Jonkins, or is that someone else?
What?
Red Sniper, the guy was fucking he was
No, I,
fucking
I I know
guy.
I know who he is, but what do you mean the guy wanted to add to the chat?
Like, didn't you say like you were wondering, you wanted to know like when I was streaming to see if he wants to join yesterday?
That wasn't him.
Oh, it's different guy. I just saw Red. I was wondering if they're the same person.
Oh no, no, that's a red, like the guy that told
Yeah,
us to
yeah,
link you with him in Kingdom
yeah,
Discord.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to confirm if you knew him on YouTube, if he's the same guy. That would have been weird if like we know the guy before we started doing all the hacking shit, you know? Not even
Yeah.
really hacking. But yeah, go ahead, Twali. My bad for cutting you off. I just wanted to say that.
no, it's all good. It's just, yeah, I just find it ass pullish because like, yeah, there's like you've never seen this formation, but yet you gave Banaji Akko's weakness, and it just so happened to fit this formation.
Exactly, bro. I'm completely. I'm like I don't know if it's an ass pull, but I'm with John because about the trash execution. Like as a reader, I didn't even know if that was what the pre foreshadowed weakness that he knew about fucking Akko. Like it took me a couple
Yeah.
chapters in to say, wait, is that the weakness? Because if that's the weakness, how the fuck did he know? Like what?
It's so ambiguous that I consider the weakness being Aiko's like devotion to Osen and
Yeah,
Ohan, like
same.
how you didn't want to like retreat because they can get targeted.
Yeah, like because I
The
remember
thing is, like,
me.
before we found out what happened, I was saying that even if Riboku like he didn't get any hints and he just like he thought of the formation himself and so he knew the weakness to it, I wouldn't
Hmm.
consider that an asshole because I was like, if Osen knows the weakness, like he can come up with it from scratch. I don't think it's like beyond Riboku to possibly do the same. But
Yeah,
the way the chapters made it seem is like he had a clue to make him figure it out. It's not like something he could figure out by himself. But then they don't expand upon the clue, so it's just like
wait, you're saying Ruboku had a clue to how you to him figuring it out?
yeah,
Like
because he was like, I studied the battlefield like over the past few days, and because of that, I was able to figure out the Eiko army's weakness.
yeah, yeah, like if he like that's the thing that we were speculating. Like, did he use this formation before? But then if he did, why were they surprised that he's able to hold? Like when they were having that war room conversation, why
Yeah,
was he surprised that like Ohan and them they were like, "Oh, you're gonna take on all three commanders at the same time?" If they already knew the strength of that formation, like I even think why that dialogue was put in the fucking
Right.
in the
See, I thought I was the only one that was bugging because it made it seem like this was the first time.
yeah, they were making like, oh, some fucking I took it out of my sleeve, you know.
just to sidetrack for a bit, I like that moment where like Ten was like, "Oh, who's gonna handle those three armies? That's three armies," and Eiko's like, "Obviously us." What the fuck?
The fuck, yeah. We'll show you how real men fight, Ten. Yeah,
Like,
but then
light work, bro. Obviously us.
I think I think that what's his name? If he showed it before, I'll take it, but I don't like the execution, and I completely understand Ruboku being able to figure it out, seeing the level he's in. He's on Osen's level, and like he's on that level of intelligence. Him figuring
Right.
out is no bad. It's not bad. It's just the way that Hara presented it in like the series of event was so ambiguous, and it didn't like add up to me. I just didn't like how it read to me. Like as a reader that fucking studies this manga, like I talk about it a lot. I just didn't even know if that was the weakness or not. Like I was caught off guard about it. I was like, what do you wait?
The thing is, like, after that chapter where Eiko got pincered by Yoan and Bananji, I was like, all right, I guess Hara isn't expanding on it because it'd be kind of weird to do it at this point. Like, he would have done it already. But I'm thinking it might be possible that, like, next chapter we see Eiko, like, fucked up on, like, a bed and shit. And then he tries to, like, go over what happened and, like, what led to this. And it might go over Riboku's thought process in the next
Yeah,
chapter.
Hmm.
that's the thing with horror. Like I don't like even with the Mako situation. Like I think he had like ample time to explain how he did it, but he decided not to. He could do that again with this Akko shit.
Both got teleporting horses.
Yeah,
Think about it. The Kwang Rong got horses that flip over people, like the actual horses jump. This nigga Raboku has teleporting horses. You know, it's just crazy, man.
yeah.
Like Zhao literally has the best horses you can ever think of.
So we're all in agreement that like that moment wasn't as good as it should have been. Him figuring out the weakness and whatnot. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't as yeah. Either it's an
I like
asshole
the idea,
or
but
that's
just execution.
yeah. Like that's my whole issue with 558 to 560. Like I didn't like the execution of the whole situation, man. I don't know why Hard decided to write it that way, where he had Akko facing off three men, three fucking people on his level or maybe above, when fucking Shin and Ohan are a league above Gakuen and
scrub.
he has them fighting them. Like I didn't like that part.
Fighting some scrub, man.
He just wanted to like do it that way so he has that Akko moment, which I also didn't like. But then I see how he, like I just didn't like any of it. I see what he wanted to do there. He wanted to make him look strong in defeat, but then he didn't like have to do it that way. In my opinion, I think he could have done it in a different way.
Why didn't you like the way he did it?
I think I just don't like the fact that he put him against three people, right? And then he wrote
Mhm.
it or drew it in a way that made it seem like it's completely impossible. Like he had the glaive on this guy's neck. It's completely impossible to block that shit, but like Akko blocked it. And during the fight, Gyoen and Bananji were people that were hyped up to be was like martial might that's inhuman, and he had his back turned to them, and neither of them was able to cut him in half. Like that, like I don't understand that shit. But the way I wanted it to go down was the stuff that was being built up the whole time. Like, I don't know why even Gyoen was added to this mix. He was Shin's guy. It should have like parallel. Like they should have had Shin and Gakue in one end, CGR and Bananji in another. Was Akko, and then Shin and Ohan faced the Gakue and Gyoen army, and Bananji reach would reach Akko, right, and they would have a battle, and Akko eventually loses due to Bananji's foreshadowed rage mode, but then he makes it extreme diff, which makes him look strong in defeat either way. This would not
But
have been able to happen.
the thing is that that situation it just changes up a lot because it seems the way Hara wants to take it is he wants Eiko out of this war so the new gen can shine, but he
Yeah,
also wants to give him his feats. Like he doesn't want
yeah.
him like to die or doesn't
Yeah,
want him,
he
like
can he can do
and like
that with the. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
the way you described that situation, like he looks significantly less impressive.
He looks significantly less impressive, but then it's still impressive. Like just because he doesn't look as impressive as he did, doesn't mean that the point is taken that this guy is fucking strong as fuck. That's my point of
Nah, 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 nah. Like you got to keep him fighting both of them.
it.
Facts,
Because
facts.
honestly, like it's something we've never seen
That shit was crazy.
properly in the manga before. Like we saw Shin and Uhon versus Rinko, but Shin and Uhon are not generals. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it wasn't the same thing. Shin interrupted the 2-on-2 that was going against Dukio, and the the dude from Chu with the arrows interrupted the 2-on-2 against Renbunken. So Renbunkun or whatever. So like I don't know. Horror always likes to show something new in every war, and I feel like a 2-on-1 general fight, like between generals, is something that like I said we've never seen before. So he wanted to show that to us, and it just highlights how OP one of Osen's right hand man, like Osen's right hand man is. Because what people have to remember is Akko is his most trusted battle commander. You know what I'm saying? That also leads to him having a left and right hand when it comes to pure strategist as well. So,
yeah,
what you call Osen might have two dudes that he trusts even more than Akko and Mako. They might not be as strong as those two, but strategically they're way superior. You feel me? Like the dude
The,
that was
the thing is
reporting to
that
him about
Eiko,
Moten.
the thing is that Eiko was stated to be his most trusted commander, like in general. And it like, goes on to say he's the first amongst his warrior commanders, but those are like two different statements.
yeah. That
Oh,
he was stated to be his most trusted guy. He didn't they say like look at when he was talking when Kanja was talking to Ohan, it was like look at your dad's most trusted commander or some shit like that.
I can
But
get the quote.
yeah, either way, I like that's a good point you bring up, Echo, and not Twale. I said Echo because we were talking about her. Like he does have a way of bringing new things to the story and keeping it fresh. So like in that sense, I like it. But then in the flip side of it, I just don't like the guy how Guillaume and Benanji were built up to be on this guy's level or like maybe a bit better. And then he put them in a situation where yes, story purposes they have to lose because Akko won't can't die here, right? And then I personally think once like they fight again with Bananji or Rohan, they'll show superior shit. And I'm like, why does he have to like keep it glass half full with them when it came to Akko, but then later on build them up a level like give them their due hype. That's my problem with it. If he does that, and I think he will, I don't think Gyoen or Bananji are done with showing how strong they are. But then
oh,
we're always gonna look back at this moment. But Akko 2v1 these dudes,
Hell
one v
yeah.
two these dudes.
Hell yeah.
Anything they do,
yeah.
is that gonna be a shit stain on them? Like he 1v2
Alright,
these
but like
guys.
back to what you were saying about like Eiko just facing off against Bananji or whatever, like regardless of what you wanted Eiko's capabilities to be, this is what Hara had in mind. And if Eiko just went up
Yeah.
against Bananji, then like Bananji can't get through this formation. Like he's just not enough. Like you needed all three people to just pressure his army and go
All
through. Like,
two people. CGR and do shit, bro. CGR
Yeah,
just.
yeah.
I
So
know. I'm
Guardians
the
didn't
joking,
guy,
do a
the guy
goddamn
got
thing.
you, man.
And I'm still sitting here
bro. Like
wondering, like, yo, what has he been doing this whole time?
speaking of
Gakurai got killed, and these dudes have been penetrating, but he has yet to be seen.
speaking of CGR, bro, they hyped him up to be on the level of Gyo, and they were like he's a four heavenly king type general, right? And all this war, man, like I don't know, he has not been living up to it. Like I don't even think Gyo and Bananji, yeah, they're impressive, but then in terms of their martial might, I don't think they've been living up to the hype they were getting, you know. But in CGR overall, he hasn't been living up to his hype. And what
I
was
mean,
he
his
do?
his plan on day two was really good.
Yeah,
I
his
don't think
plan
you
was
can like
sick.
take away
Yeah,
from it just because it got fucked over. Like
no,
even though Ohan countered it, he still would have been fucked if Eiko didn't like bail him out basically because
yeah,
Shogaryu had the counter with those 1,000 elites.
Mhm.
that plan was good. Yeah, I give him that. I can't take it away from
Nah,
Calf.
that wasn't Akko though. That was Akakin, the Joker of Kingdom.
Yeah, but Eiko basically sent him.
Did he? I thought he did it on his own because he was just trying to get like favors with the young lord.
Well,
Remember, he was like,
Eiko's
yo,
just
remember this deed I'm doing? So when like you pay me back on my kids or some shit like that.
Yeah,
well, Eiko sent the flank for the general of just like helping him pincer Bonanji's army. So then when the Chogaryu's elites came, that was basically part of his duty.
Oh,
And
okay,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
remember that. I remember that
And the
now.
thing is,
But then,
back on day two when Chogaryu had that strategy, people weren't really that impressed because they're like, all right, he outplayed Eiko, but Eiko, he's more like a warrior general. He's not really a strategist or anything. So people weren't impressed really back then. But now we've seen Eiko's a lot smarter than we initially gave him credit for. So
Right.
Bonanji's plan is pretty impressive. I mean, Chogaryu's plan is pretty
yeah,
impressive.
I've always thought it was impressive, but then I just can't like forgive him for like this advantageous position. He acted like 10, bro. Like Gyoen and Bananji are fighting this dude, and he's sitting back.
So what
We,
was he
we,
supposed to do?
what was take advantage situation? Like it's fucking like what's his name? Gyoen and Bananji.
He probably tried to. It just wasn't enough.
Like unless it's confirmed next chapter that the detachment force that's going to attack
Probably his. Probably his.
that is
Yeah.
going to attack the Haitian unit is his, then yeah, he has no excuse for why he's just standing there. You know what I'm saying? Like his army is the only army that didn't push through Akko shit, and he's just been cooling it ever since.
Yeah, but then look, Bananji showed him the weakness, right? And Gyoen took advantage of that as well. I don't know why he was not able to break through the army as well. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, the thing
Uh,
is, like initially, when Eiko's army was defending against all three of them, we saw that it was literally easily shrugging off their attacks. That's what Shogaryu said.
yeah.
You got to remember that Youn's army it was so powerful that it had the Haishin unit like on the verge of losing. Like it was so bad that even if Shin was gonna kill Gyoun, they might have still lost. And
His army's crazy. Yeah.
that's without Gyoun doing anything. Like he wasn't in the front lines. And then that same army was like getting their attacks easily shrugged off by Eiko's army. Like it was no problem. Like they weren't shit. So I don't really blame Chogaryu for not being able to make like huge advancements, just because Eiko's army is that strong.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? What was I completely forgot what I was gonna say, but I guess you're right on that point about how his army's strong. But then, yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. We've seen with what morale does to the men of what's his name, either the men of CGR and men of Alco, right? In day two, when CGR's men were like creaming them, like running through them like butter, that was due to Akko's army being overwhelmed and Guillaume's might as well in the other side, watching their own men pincer through Akko's army as well. Here you have Bananji and Guillaume going through the fucking army of Akko, right? That should like send a ripple effect of like, oh shit, we're fucked. And then they see him fucking 2v1 in Akko near death, like that should also give him a ripple effect of like morale going down. That and the pride that CGR's men have in seeing their comrades fighting and like succeeding should give them the strength to overpower them, especially as they've seen how to take them down. And I personally believe after Akko and I mean Gilwin and Benanji went through the formation, I feel like the formation already crumbled. So like, and you were talking about how strong Akko's army was, but then that was heavily was highlighted that was due to the intricacies of the formation. I don't know how much it was. Yes, they are obviously strong. They train for their parts, but then the formation itself added a extra layer of defense that helped them shrug off the armies easily. Remember when the last
Well,
time
the
they
thing
tried?
is that like they didn't even make full use of the formation at first when the attacks were getting shrugged off because Chogaryu could barely get past the first wave. Like he got through it like once, and then they just ended up outside the formation.
Yeah, but then
And
isn't the first wave fucking supported by the legs as well? It gives it like maneuverability and whatnot.
It's just shield troops.
yeah,
Like once you get past them, that's when the joints like they do their shit and then like support them some more. It's like a backup mechanism.
Uh,
well,
and then,
well, what
so,
happens is
so
when the front line gets attacked, the joints will back them up from behind, which will allow them to be flexible, but they won't like the joints won't actively get into the battle until the front line is broken.
Yeah, and like all three armies are getting their attacks easily shrugged off, like just the front line.
Yeah, but then we've seen the other day, right? Like it has to do with the formation as well, because that shit wasn't happening day two when them getting struck off by the first line. I don't understand why.
That
They,
was that was day three, but the thing is that they weren't expecting Yoon to like just come in there and fuck shit up. Like they underestimated him, and the formations in general, like they
the
weren't really
formation
ready
had
for
to.
that type of attack.
Yeah,
Like
Right,
you have to remember like this formation is like
highly defensive.
heavily defensive. Like has a bunch of shield troops. I don't really know if it was the same thing back in day three.
oh
It
yeah.
wasn't because he
I
was
don't think
getting
there was a shield troops to
he
be
was
right.
preparing for an attack, so he had a totally different mindset, totally different
Exactly.
formation. So that opened him up for a frontal charge.
I it's and continuing with Akko's army, if they somehow again like run through by Gyoen and Bananji's men and CGR in the bag, let's say he finally pushes through or whatnot, his and they have like a bunch of survivors, man. Akko's army is fucking strong, dude. They're
The funny thing
ridiculous.
is that back before like the recent chapter, like me, you, and like some other people like Kaz, we were like, how
Yeah.
is Ohan gonna go and save the situation? Like he's up against Bananji, Chogaryu, Gyoen. Like
I
how is he gonna save
never
the
thought
Eiko army?
they were gonna come up like
The
yeah, I
Eiko army
never
just saves itself, bro. Like they just
yeah.
somehow retreat like crazy niggas.
Aiki Sama, bro. This dude. This is
Eiki,
like
Eiki.
they just saw their leader and like fucking the guy they look up to get like mowed down by two strong people and their men are getting ripped apart. Yet they have the
Mhm.
wherewithal to fucking get a what's that called like a like have like a maneuver around just so they can kill Banaji and Kyo
The
like not didn't
severing, the
yeah
severing path technique.
yeah
Yeah.
these guys are ridiculous man. Aiko's army is next level bro. Like all I can give him is props, especially after day two when they were getting, or day three, yeah, they were getting like fucking tag team by three people, run through and they didn't lose that much men. Like these men don't die, bro.
Watch him still have like 8,000 men
Yeah,
left, or 10,000 or some
I,
shit.
I have nothing but respect for Akko. Straight up.
Echo the boss, bro. Like
Yeah.
people hate on Gyoen and Bananji for tag teaming, but I also kind of respect that because like fuck pride and shit. Like it's all about finishing the task at hand, especially for Gyoen, who
I
like
respect it because of why they're doing it. They're trying to save their home people. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, like I just hate people that like would like I don't know I wouldn't say Shin would do this, but then if Shin has a scummy way of winning, he wouldn't do it. That's also respectable. But then if that's the only way of doing it, I don't think he'll do it either way. I will maybe like pay for it, which I don't like.
Like if Yoan and Bonaji they were tag teaming because they wanted like for like selfish reasons like glory and like fame, then I'd be like, all right, y'all some
They
bitches.
did
Yeah,
though, because Benaji was sitting there talking about the glory of the honor of killing Akko goes to Gilhoon, and I'm like, yo, there's no honor in that. Like, yeah, y'all get the victory.
nah.
You know what I'm saying? You
At the end of the day,
at
it's
the end of the
Shin's
day, my nigga, there's no honor in a 2v1. You can't walk away and say, yeah, I'm stronger than Akko. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do it.
It's not really about that though. It's the honor of protecting your state.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. You get the win. You know what I'm saying? You protected your
Yeah.
home country. But as far as like the honor of winning the duel, that's what he's talking about. The honor of taking Akko's head. It's like, nah, there's no honor in this win.
I
yeah,
You
don't think
just
he
man.
meant
beat
it in
up.
that way though. Like the honor of like taking his head therefore I'm stronger. I think he just meant it like this is a worthy opponent. Like just
Yeah,
being the one
exactly.
to
Yeah,
like finish him off is just like
yeah,
it's just an honor really.
yeah, and especially he's a savage. Like he goes killing people, and then he takes every kill as an honor. Like especially as someone as Ackles that fucking who stood there attacks for like however long. That's
Nine
ridiculous, bro.
days. 9 days. You had
Yeah,
my fucking praise, man.
and
Akko's a beast.
Akko just hates this nigga. Like I just can't stand
Oh,
dude's ugly mug, bro. And then Banaji's fanboying over Akko on the other side. Like, I
I
chill,
think it's
bro.
because like Eiko usually like runs through the competition, but
Yeah.
like Bananji's just like this cockroach that won't die, and he keeps killing his men over and over again. He's like this motherfucker, man. I want to kill him, but I just can't.
Yeah.
won't sit down.
So like overall, yeah, it was actually some dope ass shit. I just didn't like the execution of certain parts, but then just still heat. Like chapters are coming back to back to back actual greatness, especially 560 when like we seen what Gyoen and Bananja are capable of, and we see Ohan just pop in and like overpower Gyoen and like just legit block Banaji's like this guy was like looking mad impressive.
Like it's always been stated that Uhon has the speed, and now it's been stated like because he's been training or whatever, he has the same power as Earl Sheen,
Like
but
this
he's
Yeah.
always had speed and reach, and it's been highlighted in his first battle with Banaji, where the dude was like, "Yo, I can't even get close to him because
yeah,
of how quickly he lets off his attacks." And at first I was like, "Yo, how, like I don't get it. You a seasoned veteran, right? You a general, and you've never encountered a spear wielder this good. Like
that's props.
Has been the best
Yeah,
spear wielder in centuries of the North. Like what?
that's props to Ohan, but maybe
Yeah,
there's not
I
that
can
much.
Yeah,
see that, just because Ohan is like that fucking strong.
Yeah,
The part that I was like kind of confused on though was like the way that fight started. Ohan caught Bananji off guard, and like his spear was like an inch away from Bananji's face, and Bananji was fast enough to deflect that shit. Yet he can't strike
nah.
him. Like I'm kind of confused about that.
See, that's the thing though. I don't think Uhon truly meant to kill him. I think that was just like shut the fuck up, because he was talking too much. So he's like, yo, like he extended his spear, but I don't think he had like any killing intent. That's why Banaji reacted so slowly.
Well,
But
like
it just showed him like, yo, I'm not
Even
for the
Ohan's
talking.
character, like he's the type like even said like I'm gonna one shot you pretty much, and he's the type of guy that's like no fucking around. Like I'm just about his
yeah,
achievements. I gotta
yeah.
do it in like the
No
most efficient
bullshit.
way possible. So I don't really think he would just like give Bananji a break like that. I don't
Yeah.
know.
What was
Still,
still
he wasn't able to handle Uhon.
Oham blocking that full attack from Banaji was nice. Like that shit was like he has the strength as well. Like this guy Ohan is hard to deal with his spear technique. He has that speed. He has the fucking guts to like go against these two strong ass dudes, obviously. And then he showed the strength as well. He just looked overall, he's like all around
He has
amazing in
the
that
he
chapter.
has the named attacks.
Yeah, that's
He's,
actually sweet.
he's the only
Speaking
one with
about the
named
guts, I like
attacks.
the way it was set up where like Akakin was like, "Don't approach him so casually. This is Gil," and then Ohan's like, "Fuck out
Yeah,
of here."
Right?
exactly, yo, exactly. It's like this nigga just popped it, overpowered him, like just fucking like guerrilla warfare out here. He just goes to Gyo and goes to Bananji, just leaves.
Like, I don't give a fuck who this nigga is.
Yeah, I care
He's
less.
in my way.
Yeah,
I'm about to kill him. Like, it's just that serious. It's just that
yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
I'm
But
excited for
yo,
what Bananji and Gyon are gonna eventually do in the upcoming. So yeah, go and segue into that. What do you guys gonna think is gonna happen next arc and the future arcs, and let's say specifically the right wing? What's your thoughts on that? What do you think is gonna go down?
Wait, you said the
honestly,
future arcs, and then you said the right wing.
I said
he meant the
future,
he
future
meant
of the arc, specifically the right wing. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
meant. Yeah, like
uh,
seeing how last chapter they called it full scale retreat. You think they're gonna pull it off, or like is Bananji and Gyon and the others not gonna let that happen?
See, I think Bananji and Gyoen are gonna retreat because they don't want to get trapped and killed, and then
Yeah.
Haishin Unit's gonna retreat and Gilho's gonna retreat. Basically, I think it's all gonna get off screen, and we're gonna go to Heki next chapter.
Uh,
really.
yeah. No, that's nice. Yeah.
Because if they retreat, I don't think it's interesting enough to show unless like we go to like just dialogue and shit, and you see like Eiko like talking or something.
Yeah, but then Shin's unit is cut off, and we have a detachment going after him, and I don't know how they're gonna get out of it.
Depending on who they sent to lead that detachment,
Yo,
Shin, Shin either has a legit 1v1 against Benaji, Gil, Un, or Chogaryu, or he bodies some other scrub that they send and they retreat for the day.
yeah, either that or since he already had Kanjo tell Shin to retreat, I feel like they're already gone. Doesn't matter.
Well, the way it was portrayed, it was like it was risky. Like they were very close, but Ten didn't really think of it like, oh shit, we're fucked. Like there's no way out of
Yeah,
this.
yeah. It seems like they're fine. I could see that happening.
Not really, because she was like, "Yo, you have to do it now. The time is running out." You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Yo, like she was like, Kyokai, make ready to leave at my mark." Like they was ready to go. And what
Yeah,
sped that
but
up is
what I'm
that
saying is
the
like,
the the detachment came earlier than what she predicted.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like the situation. Ten treated it like this is very risky. Like this could be very bad, but it's not like it's not over yet. Like if Shin
Yeah.
can kill Gakue and we can retreat, like we'll be fine. Like we'll take some damage, but like it's not past the point of no return.
Yeah, she probably gave herself some wiggle room in that command as well. If she really thought it was too late, she was gonna call it right there. That's what I would think. Like,
Yeah.
If if Shin can kill Gakure, yo,
Get the fuck out of here,
oh
man.
man,
That'd be
son.
pissing me off like that sometimes. Like, stop sleeping, bro.
If you watch any of my videos, you saw I had to eat my own words because I said this man was better than I thought because he
Oh
held
shit.
off Uho and
He was
Shin's
though. He
unit.
was though. He was though. You gotta give him that.
I
His army
mean,
was
his army
tough.
was better than
No,
we thought.
no, no. He was just as trash as I thought he was. Just as trash as I thought he was. He just had a good moment.
Yeah, you know, hard had
Bro,
to build him up.
he held back the Haishin unit and the Gyogonu unit. Like you got to give him respect for that.
Yeah.
His men have my respect. He is
Yeah,
trash.
this man. Yeah.
Because it's not like he was leading them in it. Like it's not like he was like giving them any strategies. He was like, "Yo, all right, tell them to go over there. If you need more men, send them." Like that's all he did.
Nah, the
He
whole
got
time
one shotted.
this man
The
was
man
having
got one.
fucking
Yo, listen. I've
uh,
never seen someone with so much bloodlust and blood rage get one shotted so badly and so easily.
See, I was telling other people this. Like that's what I love about that moment. Like Gakue is just a trash character. Like we all know it. Like I kind of like him though because he's just blatantly like retarded and delusional. That is very entertaining. And so when like that moment came, I think like it was poetic justice in a sense. Like he doesn't deserve like some very impactful moment. Like just gets one shot. It's like get out of here. You're trash.
yeah,
What
especially how
I find
fucking hard
hilarious.
like hard teased it was the whole flashback and shit, like about rage and shit.
Right.
This
Right,
man was
that's exactly what I was
like,
about to say. Like, we got more flashback of this nigga than we did of Kesha. And I like Kesha. Like, wait a minute. If you was gonna give me somebody's flashback, I would have much rather Kesha's flashback. He seemed interesting. Like, I know we got it in like the data book and the extra it's online somewhere, but like he was a kid
Yeah, that was
slave.
the most basic flashback ever.
yeah, it was
Right,
nothing
but
special. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, come on, you could have gave us something better. We didn't even get a catch a flashback in manga, but we get three of them with him, and it's like, nah, man, this is crazy.
I mean, I didn't really care about Kesha, so I didn't care
Yeah.
about not getting the flashback. But I can see your point.
I cared more about Gaku. You see, like what John can say, the trash character. But he's like, we're just waiting. How long is this guy gonna stick around? And I was trying to see what would
Cockroach.
happen.
It's cockroach. He keeps
Yeah,
surviving somehow.
I think John was saying earlier, like this guy might actually survive the war, like just be surviving for the rest of his life, like telling
God,
stories about how he was so important and that shit, you know?
I
Like,
knew
Gakue
he was
randomly
gonna die.
surviving until end of series.
I knew he was gonna die as soon as he started targeting Shin. Like as soon as I remembered that he was a vassal of Kesha's, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna die because there was no way he wasn't gonna go after Shin. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he wanted to go after them at the Kokyo Hills, right? Wasn't that him?
yeah, he
Yeah.
wanted to die.
Like yeah, there's no way he wasn't gonna go after Shin. And then he was probably gonna go after Conky. You know what I'm saying? Want to go after Conky afterwards? He won, right? Like come on. I know,
Yeah,
but like
that's
if he
bad.
won, those would be the people on his list. But like
See, like
he wasn't
a
gonna live.
couple months back, I thought he was gonna live just because he was like partners with like Kimo, and I thought like we know they're both trash, but I thought we were gonna see them be trash together. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
see like the
No,
trash
we are gonna
combo,
see them be
the trash
trashed
combo
together.
would work.
Shin is gonna kill Kinmo too.
but
He's
then
gonna send, listen. He's
Not
gonna
at the
send
same
that
time though.
whole army's upper echelon to the heavens.
yo, it would be funny. It would be funny, like what John is saying, like, oh, let's do what Kisha-sama taught us, right? And Shin run through him and kills them both. One swing, bro, just kills them both. That would be funny. But yeah, like
Man.
I didn't think Shin was gonna like. I guess Twale was saying about how he was targeting Shin, but like the events beforehand, like I didn't think that was gonna come at all. Like I thought Shin was only gonna fight Gyoen. Gakue might live and Ohan might just one shot him. I don't know if like
I
if
mean, I don't think anyone predicted Eiko to face off against the three monsters, and then Shin and Gyoko are
yeah
gonna working
yeah
together to take on Trash Ass Gakue.
yeah. I
Right.
never would have thought. That's what.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, I don't know what the hell is that about, but I guess
Well,
we'll
Uho
see how
did
it
what-
goes.
and I was in my head like, wait, what? You
Like
gonna start like?
I
Shouldn't you leave the weakest for last? This way, it's like his morale will be so low. He's like, oh my god, I'm the only one. Killed all these legends. I'm a scrub. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like, why
Nah,
would
you
you
know
start off
Gakue though.
with
He's
nah,
this?
like,
it don't work on Gakue, but
all
yeah.
those scrubs got shit on. It's time for me to shine. I'm gonna go avenge Keisha.
Like, I know, I get it, but it's like I would have tried to go for I would have went for Banaji first because he had the least amount of men, and it would have been easier for their like what their plan was. because they don't have to just take out the army. I mean, they don't have to take out just the general. They have to take out the whole army too. And since he only has like around like 5,000, 4,000 men, I would have started off with Benaji.
Yeah,
Well,
but
the
I don't
thing is,
think.
it depends on the formations. Because if he has that little men, I don't think he'd be like right at the front. I think he'd be used as like a special unit, like a mobile unit and shit.
That's what I was. That's what we were thinking would happen to him after he lost all those men. But then now he seemed like an actual force lining up, attacking people. Like I don't know how much men he actually has
I
now.
don't remember on what day it was, but he was lined up across from Uhon with the same amount of men. And the last time we got a numbers count with Uhon, he had like 4,500 left.
Yeah, five K is not that bad. He didn't have like 10K to begin with.
Nah, Uhon started. Oh yeah, Benaji started off with 10K.
Yo, what up, DBZ?
Yo, what's up, man?
Number
What
one
up, what up?
hacky fanboy after Usef. How's it
Oh,
going?
God.
Yeah, Hecky greatness.
He's
Chill.
gonna start that bullshit. Hecky is so trash.
All right, so
Oh,
yeah,
we've been over this.
all
Come
right.
on.
Come on, man. Don't start. Oh my god.
We even made a bet, and I'm gonna win that bet. So
Bro,
Oh,
you
shit,
already
yeah.
lost the bet. You already lost the bet. Hecky, like
wait,
Hecky
how did I
hasn't.
lose the bet? The arc is not even over yet.
No, but Hecky's been involved, and he hasn't done it. He's actually done negative. He did.
Nah,
Like,
don't.
Hecky's time to shine hasn't even started yet, man. Come
no,
on.
seriously though.
Like, don't even start with that.
Our bet was that Hecky would come into the war and he would be not a detriment to somebody, but he would prove to be beneficial. And if he was beneficial,
Where's all this Semitic language coming out from? I never agreed to
yo,
that.
come on.
It was like
come
the bet
on.
was like Hecky has to do something like that positively affects the war, and he's going to do something that affects the war, something like that.
But
Kill a
I'm
general,
saying,
whatever.
though,
He's
you
going to
already
do
lose
that.
the bet when he does two things that negatively affect the war. You already lose the bet.
Okay, so if he does something that like helps greatly win
No,
the battle,
no, bro, you
does
gotta
that
understand.
not make up for it?
No, because he was more of a detriment so far than he was an addition. You feel me?
Keywords so far. It's not over yet.
But yeah, Hecky,
Yeah, but it wasn't that he would be a detriment until the end of the arc. It was, will he be a detriment first or a plus? And he was a detriment in a really
But at
serious
the
way.
end of the day, he's going to be a plus, and that's where the bet lies.
If it wasn't putting Beitanwa in danger, I would give you leeway. But it's putting Beitanwa in danger. I'm not feeling it, bro. Hecky's trash.
Hey, man.
I don't remember.
Hecky's going to redeem himself. Like, come on, it's set up perfectly in the story for it.
All I remember was DBZ saying if Hecky does something big, then he wins the bet.
Yeah, I remember that.
Exactly.
Get out of here, man. You
Anyways,
can't
Hecky,
cancel out two negatives with a positive and then say we even.
Oh, yes, we
I
can.
don't know how many negatives if you got it. If you got like some big positive, that was just the bet.
no, but the thing is, right? We expected him to be negative. DBZ is the only one arguing he's gonna do something positive, right? So like, if he does something positive, he wins the bet. But I think he'll do something positive and kill one of the brothers, man. He's already more impressive than any of the like lower tier commanders of Kitanwa.
Yep.
What?
Mhm.
He beat
I like it.
not the
I like the
Figo
praise
King,
right now. I like it.
not the Figo King, neither of the Mara siblings, and Baggio would wreck him.
Wait, he's better
Come on,
than the
people.
fucking one of the older dude that's a bot. He's better than him.
Yeah,
Which old dude?
whoever that is.
It's a what?
The mirror siblings, right? The older one,
Yeah.
the younger one, right? He's better than the older one, in my opinion.
Well, how
How
do we
is
know that?
Hecky better?
We barely seen him do anything.
Nah, that
Wait
guy's
a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up.
back here, man.
We've already seen though. Like the Kwang Ram stated that the only people of note was Yotan first and foremost, Baggio, the Figo. Actually, they stated the Maritime was doing better than the Figo King. So
Yeah, because Kitari's a beast.
that's what I'm saying. So to say that he's as good as Hecky or Hecky's as good as him is like blasphemous.
Wait, isn't
Hecky-
Kitari the girl, right?
Katari, the girl. Kitar, no. It's fucking
All I'm
confusing.
saying is that I feel like Hecky would be better than the dude, in my opinion.
Well, the thing is, like, Hecky's clearly putting on a much better performance today than he was like any other day in the battle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think Kitari, one of the older dude was asking, what Hecky was doing. He didn't understand the tactics that he was using, which a plus for Hecky, I guess.
No. They was just calling
But no
it
one
out. They was
expects
like,
anything from
okay,
Hecky. That's
he
why
has
he's gonna.
Archer. It was like, okay, he has archers. That he's not as dumb as we thought. He's not as bad as we thought. Because for the first 8 days, Heki was trash, bro. Come on.
Oh, was he
You
trash when he's
can't
going
tell
through
me
those
that.
mountain men?
You can't tell me that being trash for 8 days is
Was he
equivalent to
trash when he
being
was going
good
through
for
those mountain
one.
Well, it depends what he does on that one. Depends what he does on that one.
My nigga, he better find a hell of a lot of food and kill a hell of a lot of
somebody's like
generals.
losing all their men, right?
He's
The first 8 days, and on the final day they killed the general. Are they trash?
Say it again.
If they're trash for like the first 8 days, and on the 9th day they killed the general and win the battle, are they trash?
Yes, nigga.
You can't answer it because they're not.
Yes, nigga. Still trying.
He's like a pause. Yes, nigga.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for the significance of your. Yes, nigga. Because we know that Heki's not good.
How?
Okay. How?
If he ultimately wins at the end of the day, how can he be trash?
So okay, you're saying that he kills the general and wins. I'm saying he kills the general and he still gets stomped on by the rest of these fucking savage ass niggas because that's what they do.
Even then, that's pretty good in my opinion. For Heki, that's great.
I mean, I'd be like, yeah, for
Bro,
Heki,
but that's cool, right? So let's just say Heki does kill one of these armies. That still doesn't equivalent to him basically putting his entire army in peril because he got the food burnt or let the food get burnt. And then after that, he wouldn't sacrifice a whole bunch of men. Like, come on, bro.
The food thing was not his fault. That food thing could have happened to anybody. That wasn't his fault.
But it happened.
You can't blame him for that.
Understand?
You can't blame him for how he responded to it. Yes.
I think everyone else in Newtown's army would have happened. What happened to
in terms of our bet, that's a negative for you, bruh. Because you said he was gonna be a help.
It's not gonna be a negative for long. That's all I'm saying.
All right,
it's
so
gonna be positive.
If the Mera tribe kills the general and Heki does nothing but like provide support, you still lose, right?
Yeah, I'll admit that. But as long as like say Heki he comes up with the plan to do it, we can give him props for that. If he came up with the plan to do it,
1v1. It can't be a Mako situation.
Oh yeah, 1v1.
He has to this dude in order to impress me and for you to win this bet. Like anything less than that, you still lose.
If Kisui sends Bate and he kills the general, people were like, "Oh, Kisui, he's so smart. He got Bate to do it. Why can't Heki be the same thing?"
Because Heki has been shown to be trash in every other aspect.
Oh, come on. Like, that's just bias.
How is it biased?
No.
It's biased because you're not willing to give Heki props. Because if he comes up with the strategy in the Mera tribe, whatever, they're the ones who killed the general. But if he was the one who came up with the strategy, that was his plan.
Yeah,
you gotta give him props.
Yeah, that's hella props. Hella props. Yeah. For Heki,
I'm saying, but it won't be enough to erase the 2 L's he has already.
Yes, it would. If they ultimately win because of it, yes, it would.
Yeah. If he's a significant...
How? Because that's what I'm saying. Just him winning that battle doesn't help them in their food predicament. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It does in the war.
I mean, they can cannibalize the dead.
It makes it possible for them to win the war in time.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's stop talking about Heki. Guy anyway.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry for like my presence. The Heki fanboy that I am derailed this history.
Oh,
but anyway, I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on the recent chapter. What did you guys think about?
Yeah, we already discussed it, but we think it was nice. Ohan looked good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All I can think about is Heki now.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world.
God damn it.
DBZ, why you
The latest chapter was great. The latest chapter was great.
Alright. So yeah, another topic that I want to talk about is like so far in this arc, like what's your rating of it? If you would be inclined to give a rating, and like where does it hold up against the other arcs in Kingdom, like the top ones that everyone knows about? Go on, start with Twilight.
Honestly, currently, like it was like my number 2 and number 3 arc. Like it hasn't reached coalition hype or levels yet. Like that is still currently the best arc, but this is a pretty good arc. If I had to scale it out of like 10, I would give it like a solid 8.5.
Sure.
Solid 8.5.
Jenkins.
But that's based on it not being completed yet. So there might be things that are lower that or raise that up depending on how it goes.
Yeah, for my rating, I'll probably give it a 9. I mean, it has its problems. We already talked about the Reboku situation, both of those Reboku situations. But
Yeah.
overall, I think the strategy has been really dope. It's had good character moments. The art hasn't been as good as Kokyo, but it's been solid. I think the action has been pretty good. Just we need more action, to be honest. We need like to see those fights rolling, even though we just saw one recently. But the reason that I put it at like number 3 right now, behind the Coalition, obviously, then Rempa arc, just because I think it has a lot of positives over the Rempa arc, but Rempa was just such a fucking beast in that arc that I think the character moments in Sandra were better than this arc so far, just because of Rempa alone. To be honest, like it has other good characters and like good moments, but I'm just such a Rempa fanboy that I have to put Sanyo over this arc just because of that.
I I'm like completely agree with what you just said, dude. I haven't. I like as I said, I already voiced my concerns about the arc, but then he still has like a plethora of potential to be one of the best. And I give it like an 8.7 to like a 9 range, depending on the day. But I have Senyu as well above it due to like as what you said, Rempa being a like a top tier antagonist, and the characters introduced in the arc I feel like are better than the characters introduced this arc. We had the monster trio and we had Kanki and like the Great Ocean, as you guys all call him.
Hell
So like
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, like to me as a Kanki fanboy and like a Rempa fanboy as well, I this arc has like its good parts as well, but I feel like the negatives in this arc, like that Senyu didn't seem to have that, like in my opinion. Like it just felt like a well written story throughout. And there wasn't parts where I just questioned as much, like two parts that you already mentioned that I don't have that for Senyu, but the stuff that happens in the future of this arc could like outweigh the negatives and have it above Senyu. But for now, I have it as my third arc.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even gotten to the climax or like the best moments yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's a
Hmm.
for like what you just said is that's a good start to be honest. Yeah, it's one of the best exhibitions in the whole story. I think the way he set up everything before even the climax started. It's actually one of the best in my opinion. Go ahead, DBZ.
Okay. As far as like my ranking, I think it's like an 8.5 for me. I've been really enjoying this arc. There's not many like glaring negatives or anything that's making me shake my head or anything like that. I'm really enjoying my time with it. And as far as like ranking it, as far as like, I think it's a really solid arc. I think like Hoken and like Shin versus Hoken, something like that crazy would have to happen for it to like reach coalition levels of hype. But it's still really hype, and I'm really enjoying myself every single week, every single chapter. It's really good, and it has potential to get 10 out of 10 in my eyes as soon as Heki does something crazy. But but
Hey man, you're
but
enjoying
yeah,
it this much and you never talk about it with us? I see how
Yeah,
it is.
exactly. You only do fucking character discussions about Hunter x Hunter, the most boring manga in history. Like, what do you mean?
Hunter x Hunter greatness, but let's
Wait,
not
wait,
derail
wait,
this
wait.
topic again.
Yeah,
But
I'm
like,
joking, Colin. I'm joking.
yeah, but
The cancer starts.
it's been good. Like, it's been great. I like it.
Uh, like the interesting is like the interesting thing is like so many people caught up before this arc, and I've seen so many people drop because of this arc. Like, and it's
What?
actually one of the best. Like, no drop, not literally drop. Like you say, oh, I'll wait for it to like stack up on me, you know. And I
Yeah.
understand that
Oh,
viewpoint. 'Cause, like this
I've
arc
been,
is
I've been
actually
trying to figure it out why, and I guess Kingdom is just one of those mangas that if you're not like fully invested into it, you can lose
exactly
interest pretty quickly.
oh
100.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
percent
why
Like,
that's why people like to binge it. Like if they read it week to week and they're not like so invested that they talk about it, they remember all the details and strategies and shit. They
yeah.
just forget
I
about
admit
time.
though, like binging Kingdom is really good. Like I recently reread it, and it's greatness. It's really good.
I mean,
But like
I wouldn't want to binge this arc, man. I like the week to week aspect of this arc. Like, there's so much
me
stuff
too.
revealed.
I'm enjoying it too.
Oh
Yeah,
no, I can't wait to binge this arc from
yeah.
beginning to end.
I still
Because
like
just
the
think
week.
about how much has happened since like the beginning, right? We set off,
Yeah.
we set off, then we had the whole redirect. Then Zao got attacked by Young. Then we saw the whole Sheba. We saw a little bit of the Sheba show stuff. Then we got to Red Subi. You know what I'm saying? We found out the secret of Red Subi. Then we had to go like do the whole weaving and taking the cities to make the locusts. Then after that we had to separate. Well, no, before that we separated Yotano and them. So it's just like this mad like different segments of this art. And I guess because like this is the most that like not the most that we've been mobile, but the most that we've like kept up with the mobility the um
The,
of the
the,
track, like of the army. Because you know, like in most armies, they're like, all right, we're marching, and then the next time we even like discuss it, we be already at the destination. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
they cut out the marching altogether. And then now we got like nothing but marching for like 3, 4 chapters of just them. You know what I'm saying? Getting ready to make the redirect. So
On that note, like I wanted to ask you guys this: like, how do you think he's handling the whole different situations? You know, Conky, Antanwa. Like, you think everybody's getting like their fair amount of screen time right now?
The
I think Kaki's being underused. I think Yotama's
fact
Battlefield that hasn't really been too interesting so far, and I
it's
think
about
Mota
to be
he
though.
he might also need more screen time. But I like the shine that Eiko on and should have been getting.
Yeah, the right wing has been by far the best for me in terms of this arc so far. But yeah,
Yeah,
like as Twale was saying, like what's earlier, like earlier in the stream, like horror always tries to like bring new things to the manga, and this is like the first time we've seen it where he like has three separate entities and have their own three separate storylines, but then they're still intertwined. We've seen it with Coalition where they're separate armies fighting, but then like it's literally like it's in close proximity, and the stories like are kind of similar, like or protect the wall. But then
yeah, yeah,
we have the whole storyline with Kanki being having 40K outside his house, plus him trying to siege Gyo, and we have like the like unsurmountable number disadvantage that Yatawa has, and plus the Ruboku versus Osen showing like three unique storylines that he's writing very well in my opinion. Yeah, I
I
agree that
mean, I wouldn't really
Kanki.
say the Conky situation is very well. In the Yotama situation, it's like it hasn't even amounted to like much yet, like on screen. So I wouldn't really say that's very
yeah.
well either.
I, I,
Because I
I
was wondering that when we started, like all these different situations, I was wondering how Hera was gonna handle this.
no, I was talking about primarily of the whole like how he set it up. Like I feel like he
Yeah.
set up all of them
Speaking
pretty well.
speaking back to the setup,
Yeah,
I still think the way this battle was set up was the best part of the arc so far. Like just the strategy was so fucking interesting and entertaining.
yeah, yeah.
Like
mhm.
so many twists and turns, and
Yeah,
there was
he
just
had a long
introducing
existence.
like new strategies and shit to the table.
That's what
That's
I
one of
was.
my favorite
Since
parts.
we haven't like actually seen everything, I wasn't like judging it as a whole. I was talking about the setup, not Kanki that much because we had like there's so much. As of now, there's nothing happening there. But then the odds that he put up against Yatanwa and like the Ruboku versus Osen storyline, the setup of it is actually pretty nice in my opinion. I actually like it.
The thing is about the Otama battlefield, like I don't know, like the antagonists aren't that interesting so far. Like we haven't gotten much
Hold
info
up, man.
on.
Be careful. I won't accept no your Congo slander.
It's not Yatanwa
I'm
slander.
about to slander your Otama, bro. Just wait for it.
Oh
Suju and
man.
Rozo, they haven't been that interesting so far. So as characters, you're not really too invested into them. Yotano has been sucking. She hasn't been doing shit so far. Heki has gotten too
My
much.
nigga.
Heki has gotten too
he
much
wasn't
screen
Listen,
gonna
time.
do it.
listen now.
He done it anyway.
Just said know your time to stand with my nigga. If you listen, if
Hold
you
up,
gotta
hold up.
critique her, if you gotta critique her, just use a different name, alright? Just don't put her name on it. Just say her.
Heki has been
Just
getting
say
too much
just
screen
say
time
her.
for my liking. And you can't even get hyped in Rozo. Like even though Rozo and Suju, like they've been doing like the majority of the work in that battlefield, you can't even really get hyped for their like capabilities because you know they're gonna like get fucked over and like lose despite all the disadvantages they have, and you're just like waiting, like how are they gonna fuck up this situation? Like how
Yo,
are they gonna lose in this scenario? Like how?
yeah, saying that I
Because
scratched that.
Tom was doing something. Like
I
you,
don't think I
yo,
don't think
listen, man.
when you saying what you just said, like you brought up some good
The
point.
hecky fanboy
I
in
don't think
your
that.
Tom hater.
I like Yotan though. She's just been pretty mess so far.
Yeah, she's great.
I don't think that like besides the whole like ever since they got broken apart from I don't know why I said that earlier.
Really?
Ever since they got broken apart from Ocean's army, I don't think that battle has been set up that well in my opinion because we have the Kusinryo army not doing anything. SSJ and Rozo haven't been built up as good antagonists. They've been decent antagonists, but they haven't gotten like enough like I don't know characterization or whatnot to make them me invested in them. I know SSJ is smart and he has a backstory. I know Rozo is strong, but then the fact that like what's his name, as you said, they're gonna lose anyway, and they
Yeah,
have
yeah. But like,
insurmountable arm.
if you're not invested in their characters, at least you can be invested in like their fighting styles and their abilities. But even then, you're like, they're gonna job, like they're gonna get wrecked despite having all these advantages. So
Exactly,
like,
he had to add
Yeah.
the
I
insurmountable
can't even
odds
get
to
too
it.
hyped in them.
Yeah, that's the one
So
part that I don't think has been set up that well. That I,
The
I,
only brother that I care about is the one that
Baggio
Tor-
fought.
Torque, the one that Baggio's going against.
Torque.
Yeah, because he's the only one that like had a personality. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna remember your mask. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody else just seems to be a generic bad guy.
Yeah, we know one of them is Savage. He likes to cut off the heads of people
He
that fail.
killed his own men, bro. They failed against Heki. They deserve to die.
Yeah, fact.
Come on, that's those are feats for Hecky.
Oh, damn.
Like, come
No,
on,
no, no, don't get me
that's
wrong,
a
yo.
feat for Hecky.
That was a major plus for Heki, bro. I was actually singing a little bit of Heki's praises in that fight, but then it just dawned on me: why did it take him 8 days to use basic shit?
Yeah, even though I
I mean,
said
because he
that.
has to distract them first. They're never gonna expect the basic stuff after 8 days, you know.
But
So what was he doing? So in the first 8 days, he was doing some advanced shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, okay, I got
He
you.
was doing unorthodox stuff, man.
Yeah, man, he took a note from Conky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at this point in the story, like even though I said the Italian army, like the setup of it wasn't as good as I would have liked it, I still think that the recent events we just saw, all three battlefields are intriguing to me, and like you can theorize what would happen in each one of them, which is actually a good thing to have in the midpoint kind of the story of the arc at least. I have like I think that like, I don't know what's gonna happen in Yatama's army, but I know something's gonna happen. I don't know if I would like it or not, but hopefully I would. But I think Conky. Speaking of Conky, I think that the big army, what's his name, might make a move. I don't know, and he has to like. I feel like even like as we said earlier, Conky's being underused for how like powerful of a general he is. To have him just sitting
Yes.
at a job that Mako or like any name like a decent mid-sized general can do, I don't think is worthy of the man that is Conky. So I feel
yeah,
like
like realistically, I think Mako could go and defend
yeah,
Joe from the onslaught.
yeah, I agree. So I feel like Har put him there for a reason. I'm not gonna doubt Har just yet, and I feel like I don't know how he was gonna write it, but this he should have a twist in store for Conky and situation, and I'm excited for it.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting much from Conky. As soon as like we got the whole layout and it was him that was gonna siege Gil. I feel like either he has spies already in there and he's just waiting for the signal, or Osen has spies and he's just waiting for their signal. Because even in like the latest chapter when Marang was doing the calculations and he was like, "Yo, we got like this amount of food and promise me that if we have like 1 day left, we'll dip or whatever." And he's just chilling there, like if it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Like he has so much confidence in Osen's strategy that it won't even come down to who has more food or not. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me is very telling of we haven't seen Osen. We don't know what Osen's doing, but I do believe with like Osen's next move will change the entire board. Like both Yotanwa's side and Conky's side and his own battlefield. Like his next move is gonna be that important.
That's why people are so impatient because they just want to know what it is. Just because,
Yeah.
based on Osen's character, we're supposed to be led to believe that he wouldn't take risks. Yet this seems crazy risky. So people are like, he has to have something hidden that guarantees this war for someone of that's
Yeah,
as cautious as him to just accept this shit.
exactly. And
Yeah.
his whole legend of him not taking a battle he can't win leads me to believe he already thought of what he was gonna do before even the battle even started, which is actually
Right.
ridiculous. Like I don't understand how it's even possible. But it's Osen.
Because you
Well,
gotta
first,
remember,
first off, I think it has something to do with the Zhao official. Like, I think he knew the elites weren't going to be part of the battle, but that alone isn't enough to guarantee the victory.
Yeah.
yeah, but you also gotta remember that he he was the one that came from my knowledge, he was the one that came up with the secret supply route that was set up like 3 months before Shoheku even finished the plan.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I think
So
Shoheigun and Osen were both in on it
Yeah,
because
yeah, I
without,
think that
without
too.
that, then Shoheigu's plan is like it literally can't work.
So he would have to have
yo,
thought of it and give Osen the
So
task of doing before he
but
even.
that's the thing though. It was stated that like Osun started making preparations for that secret base 3 months before the year was up. And Shoheku said it took him a year to come up with the plan. So I'm
Yeah, but
assuming that Osun is just so smart that he was able to come up with a similar plan to Shoheku and he had already made preparations for it.
Nah, I feel like there was
That's
a
possible,
gap.
but the thing is, like, if Osen and Shoheikun didn't like talk to each other and like come up with that together, like not necessarily come up to it together, but just like add in the elements and like both use each other's strengths, then I don't think Shoheikun would make that plan and like leave something as important as the secret supply route up to be like decided that
Later,
late
yeah.
into the thing. Yeah.
I feel like
True.
I don't think it was the him figuring out the plan, then them moving was instantaneous. It could have been he figured out the plan and they waited a bit, the 3 months that you just said.
Well, I think he knew the supply route would be part of the plan. He just had to like finish up the like the specifics and shit and like where they attack, like the
Yeah,
exact route they take.
Right.
but then
Here's another thing
still,
to take into
still
consideration. There's supposed to be an army in the western Kokyo Hills,
yeah.
and the only reason why they weren't attacking was because Raboku was there with those fortified cities. Now that Raboku's gone, do you see them coming into play?
I feel like they might. I think
See,
that
They might come and play later on down the line.
Yeah, I've had this theory for a while. I think Osen he's gonna try to recruit Kisui, and he's gonna have those troops go to Rigon and capture it. And tell Kisui if he wants Rigon to live, he has to serve under him.
bro.
That'll be
Every
See, I
time I've
think-
heard that, I thought that what's his name? They moved Kisui since they took Kokyo Hills and it wasn't safe anymore. That they moved him to another castle, but it could have been just him and Batie. I'm not sure. I always thought that's what happened, but I'm gonna have to look.
Yeah, they moved Bati and Kisui to the castle that they came from, a Suyo castle or whatever, because they wanted to train him and groom him to become another
Dragon.
potential like figure.
All
Nah,
that training and
right.
Kisui's been eating shit this war.
Bro,
It was Bate the reason why Keithway's taking the L's though.
See, here's the thing though. We've been sleeping on Moten, right? Because Moten's great. Like I don't want to say he's great general level, but this man Osen said he can interfere with him and Raboku, and that's damn near great general level. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I think Oten, Shin, and Ohan, I think
Yo, Hecky do the same
are
thing
all
though.
for Heavenly King level.
Yep.
And
Preach.
I think Heavenly King level is great general level.
my nigga, come on, don't start trolling now.
Who, me? Or are you talking about the Heki shit?
I'm about to say whoever said He's doing the same thing as Moten. Like what?
Yo, you interfere with the plans.
Yeah.
He's a troll.
He interfered with the
Whether good or bad, he interfered with the plans.
Exactly.
This man control all the battlefield, bro.
Yo,
It's like,
he got his imprint on the battlefield. You can't
yo,
deny that.
you know that time when he decided to rush to Kwanrong, he was being selflessly trying to alter the battlefield himself. Great general saying everything.
Yeah, to make the battlefield there.
Took a L though.
Hey, you win some and you lose some.
All I know you done fucked up. You got two Hecky fanboys in the same chat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Facts.
But these days are better.
Unfortunately.
Like, months ago, oh man, being a Heckin' fanboy was terrible.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Those two
I'd
chats.
say Heki was better than I gave him credit for, both like in his capabilities and as a character. Because I've been rereading the first arc, and Heki's character is actually pretty dope. I have to give it to him.
You know
Thank
what?
you.
Whoa!
Shit, what the fuck?
That's funny.
Wow!
I have to
Welcome
give
to
it
the
to him,
club.
man.
Hecky's
I still don't really. He's not one of my favorites. It's like not even close, and I don't really really
Yeah,
like
that's
him or
fine.
anything. He's just a good character.
I mean, I
Hecky's
was always
okay,
arguing, like,
he just-
people always
I'll
say
take
that Hecky was just trash. And I was like, he's not
He
trash,
is.
he's okay. He's
No,
he's
he
good.
is trash. He's just okay trash.
No, come on. He's okay trash. Shut
Okay,
up,
trash.
man.
That's an actual. Yo, listen, that's an actual level. He's down there with like Bihei.
Nah.
No, he's not. He does
Nah.
more than Behave.
Yo,
Think
chill.
He doesn't
about it like
pretend
this,
to be
though.
dead.
Nah, let me
Everyone
be
turns
straight
down.
with you. Listen. Bihei has taken an attack from both Hoken and Kesha. Those are stronger than
Okay.
anybody we've seen Hecky fight.
Facts.
But BA
Okay.
plays dead.
So no.
But when does
true.
Hecky play dead?
Listen, yo, don't get me wrong. That nigga plays dead. I just realized what you said for a second. I was like, wait, hold up. He plays dead. Yeah. All right, that's funny. Put it like this: Hecky is the Bihei of the General Society. Is that
The
cool?
Behave the general society.
That's cool, but I think BA's a
Bro,
solid.
don't try to
character.
turn Hecky to Yancha, bro.
My nigga, if it wasn't for the fact that death is permanent in this series, he would be Yamcha.
Yo,
No, he should
If
have
there
died
was a way
earlier
to
on, but he
revive
preserved
people, if there was
because
a
his
way to
will.
revive people, Heki would be brought back every arc.
I could see that happening actually.
I don't see it
I
happening at
never
all.
hated Heki. I think he had his moments, but I just don't find him as interesting as other characters. I just became like a meme to hate him and shit. But he had his
See,
moments in
when I started hating him, was like he was solid up until the Battle of Sai, where like Ten had to tell him, don't have Dukyo's troops be on archer duty, have them be like the reserve elites.
Yeah, I
I was
feel
like, come on, Heki, how'd you not think of that yourself?
Nah, see,
trash.
and see, I give him more credit than that because I stopped liking Heki when he started looking at Shin like Shin was Oki. I was like,
See,
no, I can't have that. Shit, like Shin was a 4,000 man commander. Heki was a general. I couldn't have it because that to me made no
Nah,
sense. Like,
I hated it.
see,
I hated Heki when he was creeping on 10. That shit was trash.
He wasn't creepy on 10. He was just admiring her. Come on, man.
my nigga, you're
Get the fuck
admiring
out of
the
here.
no, you're
Y'all
admiring
what
the
Heki did for
14-year-old
Oki.
butt. You're creeping on him.
I've been over this 1,000 times. Like the age difference is different compared to now, so that's not even a factor. So don't go bring up the whole
Come on,
pedophile
bro.
shit.
Come on.
That's not even a factor back then.
The length.
Like don't even bring that up.
But y'all forgetting what Heki did for Osen in the Battle of the Hills. He took the
Hell
Exactly.
nah.
He was the
Heki
best
is
bait of
fucking
all
ass,
time.
dog.
Yo, some
How are y'all
Allie,
letting this
shut
shit
up,
go,
Allie,
bro?
man.
Oh
Yo,
my
Heki's
god,
about to take
Heki
dude's
Your
head.
is
Then
opinion
we
was
got
trash
fucking
as soon as you said
useless.
King Beats mirror room. I can't trust you.
Wait, what did you say?
Your opinion was trash as soon as you said King Beats mirror room.
And who won
Like,
that tournament?
Just get out of here.
Who won that
Yeah,
tournament?
by it was fixed.
I
It was
like
fixed.
that,
Let's
bro.
be real.
Fuck how
Let
they
me tell you, Heki is fucking useless. He is more useless than fucking Buggy. Let me tell you.
Here, let
You're
me-
not gonna-
Yo,
you
whoa,
legitimately
what
Buggy
take
is
the
him
a
out
fuck?
every
Nah.
Shichibukai.
I
Yo,
thought
yes,
Buggy
yo,
is a
Take him out of every
Shichibukai.
dude.
What are you
fucking
talking
arc,
about?
and the outcome is the same. This man should have died in the first fucking arc.
Yo, this dude
Nothing
talking
would've
mad
changed.
reckless.
That's
Somebody
that's
get your
true.
boy.
He should have died to the arrow that he told his men to raise their shields, but he puts his down.
This
But
man
guess what?
got
He
cut in
survived.
half, and he fucking
He
survived
pressed
for
Yo,
what?
somebody get your man. He's
He
talking
continued.
reckless.
The only reason he got upgraded is because he puts lip balm before sucking the commander's dicks, dog. That is the only way he is getting these promotions.
Hell
That's an
nah.
admirable
Yo, he
feat.
talking
Like,
mad
come
reckless.
on, like
That's
Mad
Admiral
reckless.
P. What? Admiral
That's an admirable dick sucking. That's what it is. Like,
no, like come on, like
Like the way
he's
I was.
about to improve leaps and bounds. You guys still hitting on him.
He-
Like I
okay,
can't believe this.
okay, so going from
Heki only
0
got
to
the
10,
fundamentals,
yeah,
bro.
that's
The
leaps and
fundamentals.
bounds, isn't it?
Status.
Ayo, one at a time. One at a time.
Money.
Why do
Due
you
to his parents'
Maybe
money.
going from 0 to 10 is a huge leap for you, but he's still like a 10 when everyone else his like status is at like 100. The fuck?
I don't care
Well, the thing
if you
is,
think
there's
Heki
a
is
bunch of
trash
trash
compared
generals.
to like
Don't get
the
screen time.
generals, because he is.
No,
But
bro.
overall, as a character,
Trash
overall as a
compared to
general, he's
5,000
not a
man
trash
commanders.
character. He's not a trash general. He's solid. That's
Okay,
all I
but
want to.
even
That's all I want to say.
the
He's
speed, right?
okay.
Did you not see the fundamentals?
5,000 man commanders
We
are
just
fucking
saw how trash
straight
Godfrey was.
prodigies.
Yo,
We
Junkus,
just-
what were you saying?
I was saying, here's where their perceptions are screwed because the 5,000 commanders, 5,000 man commanders we know, there's Shin, Ohan, and Moten. Obviously, they're not like the
Yeah.
typical 5,000 man commander. And then
Exactly.
the generals
No,
we're
but
seeing
I was-
in the manga are like these crazy like generals, like some of the best in China. But we have to realize that a bunch of generals, they're straight fucking trash. We just don't get info on them. They don't get screen time. So like when it comes to
I'm
those
just-
people, like Heki isn't as bad as them. Like he's a
General
lot better than
Doom.
them actually.
I'm saying, all right, but I'm saying we still got people like Fute and Kane who are perceivably better than him.
I
We
don't
got
know.
Are they
people like
generals?
I think they're prodigies too, though.
Okay, cool.
Who's that guy that Osen fauterized?
Ordo?
Yeah, Ordo. Heki
Fuck.
better than Ordo though.
Fuck out of here, dude. Fuck out of here,
Can
BDV.
Heki beat Gakurai?
Hell no.
Hey, we gotta see. You gotta put them up against each other. See.
I mean, I think it would be a good battle.
Bro, like I don't know, man. That's a good battle.
Exactly.
Battle.
Niggas don't even know if Heki can fight the dude Shin just one-shotted. Like, come on.
Shin one shot.
I mean-
remember Ten's props though. She was like,
That's like
Yo,
that's like saying like
Shin went to
LeBron
Atlanta,
James
though.
just dunked on some dude.
Gakwe would be
He's
like
trash.
a solid
Did you
commander.
just compare Shin to LeBron James?
I mean, he's about to be, yeah.
I would personally put Moten ahead of Shin.
Like overall, like or just in combat? Because I'm talking just like in combat.
Overall, yeah, like I was
General.
trying to say earlier, Moten might be great general level strategist wise.
Moten, like,
But can we talk about 10 real quick though? What's going on with her?
Talking about
10
that.
is ass.
She's trash. End of discussion.
The only reason she looks good is because Shin's what's called strategy is so bad. That's the only reason why she looks good. If he was like average in like strategical like concepts, she wouldn't even be in the story.
Bro, I don't like 10 because she fucking always wants to include herself and like she wants to
Yeah,
act
that's
like
true.
she's on the level
She's
of the
the
people. She's talking
strategist.
to.
You have to listen to her 2 cents. Watch when Shin becomes a general, she's gonna lead her own force and watch her wreck shit on the battlefield. I'm telling y'all.
Bruh,
You mean watch her men wreck shit
No.
on the battlefield?
I don't think her and Shin are ever gonna be a part. I don't think she has.
No. She's gonna be like one of Shin's. Like she's gonna have her own men under Shin's army though. Like you know what I'm saying?
Like what Kyokai has.
The comparison would be like imagine Shin is
She'll have
grandpa and
3,000 men. Kyokai have 5,000, and then Shin have another 8,000 that he controls personally.
But that's only if she becomes like a military leader. She could just continue being a strategist.
Yeah,
like
I
strategist.
don't know about that, Twilight. I feel like, I think
That might be a stretch, Twilight. Like, if you think she can go out on her own, that's pretty wild.
I don't know if.
Go ahead.
I don't know if Genpo had his own men in Rempa's army. He was just a strategist that just.
Well, Genpo was a general, wasn't he?
Yo, Genpo was giving men.
And we gotta look at 10
men.
strategies. Like a lot of 10 strategies work is because Shin is so fucking OP on the field. Like I don't think she's like leading just a bunch of like B-Hays into
No, that's what I was saying. If you give 10 the Dukio people and like the Kabuki people, and then give
that'd be a waste of troops, bro.
Huh?
That'd be a waste of troops.
Yeah,
why?
That would be a waste. I don't think.
Shut up, y'all. You can't hype up Heki.
No, because I'm being dead ass. No, I'm being dead ass.
Like, y'all are really sleeping on 10.
She's good.
She was controlling shit during the Kokyo Hills. She gave your Lord Heki, motherfucker, and the strategist that saved his side of the wall.
She got lucky with that one.
She did. She got lucky because Heki was there. Heki was so competent. He just like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Scratch that Genpo comparison I was making, because Genpo probably had his men were the people in the center able to utilize the strategies like that. So probably had.
And I'm not saying like she'll get like she'll be like I'm not saying she'll have like 3,000 like man commander rank. I'm just saying Shin will designate like 3,000 men to be her personal force. And she'll go handle small.
So you're talking about like she'd have like her own bodyguard?
I mean,
I'm saying later on when Shin is a general, right?
She's been kidnapped twice.
She'll have her own high 10 unit or whatever the fuck you're gonna call it, and she will handle certain shit on her own.
I think the further the story,
I don't know about that.
The more useless
Don't
she
get kidnapped
becomes,
a third
because you
time,
can
what?
see that Shin's strategical ability is getting better.
Instinctual.
Yeah, I mean he's instinctual, but he's getting better.
The thing is, like, if you're fighting like wars on like with high numbers, it doesn't matter how good you are with instincts or like strategy. Like you can't micromanage everything. You need capable commanders to like do the smaller things.
Yeah,
so we know 10 is like a prodigy. We know she's gonna keep getting.
You calling her a prodigy?
That
might be.
I mean, bro. That's like, listen.
No matter how you dislike her,
that's
just like, truth.
No, that's Moten's job. She got to sit down with that
shit. School.
I mean,
understand. That means she's better than Shahekun's brother. She's the only person to receive special merit other than Moten. Think about
Moten's you mean Moten's brother?
Yes, she's better than
Moten's
Moten.
brother. Okay, I wouldn't put him as like comparing someone because he's only there because of his fucking
what
name.
I'm saying is
like, he's just an average ass dude.
I wouldn't really call him average.
Be a prodigy.
Yeah.
And she's been stated to be the number 2.
You can't call him average.
Like, come on, bro. She's the number 2 in Shohekun's school in Shohekun's school of strategy that deals with prodigies.
Yeah. I know, but I'm saying when we're talking about prodigies, we're talking about like Moten. Like he already graduated that shit. Like, and look at his age.
So did she. That's what I'm telling you, bro.
Well, Moten's older than 10, and 10 is like
out there is because she got forced to help Shin because Shin is so bad at strategy.
Listen, they wouldn't have sent her if she didn't graduate. That's why she received the special strategist reward, just like Moten. That was stated when she was first introduced as the strategist. She's just as good as you, brother. She's the only one besides you that obtained this.
I don't know if they're just as good.
Bruh, You reaching?
Anyways,
Because he ain't good as
anyways.
Moten.
I think it's
that's not.
I can see where you're saying that she's a good strategist. I'll give you that, but there's no way she's on the same level as Moten. This
I'm
man
not
Moten-
saying she's on the same level. I'm saying
Yeah,
she's a
no way.
prodigy.
That's what you just said earlier.
As
You
Moten,
said
You
it.
did.
is
You
a
No,
prodigy.
said that.
He said
You
said
did say they were on the
both.
same level, though, Twilight.
No, he said
I
that
don't remember that.
they were both prodigies. It's not. There's a
No, no,
range
no.
I
of
said they were.
little
I
bit
said they both
after that.
received the same
You're breaking
award.
up,
That's
Marco, I can't
all.
hear you.
Oh,
Man, you guys suck. You've been downplaying 10 so much. I got a defender. Like fuck you guys.
Exactly, man. I don't fucking.
Damn, Jockins, you defending fucking 10, Hecky.
Yo,
What the fuck? You gonna defend
got-
Bihei
That's how
next?
trash you guys'
You
opinions are.
gonna fucking defend Bihei next?
nah, he was defending Gaku as well, bro. This guy
Yeah.
likes trash.
Oh, that's the dude that just got one shot, didn't he?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh god,
That was beautiful.
that was nice. That was nice when
Just
like
to start talking about cancer to end the stream, like in terms of like let's add mode to it. Like in terms of like let's say even as like, you can take out Moten as a fighter, but like in terms of a general, like Ohan, Shin, Moten, Gyoen, Bananji, Ako, like where do you rank those people?
I mean, I think you guys are putting too much on like fighting ability in a general. We haven't even seen fucking Osen get off his fucking horse. Or we have, but I'm saying he hasn't legit gotten into a fight yet.
I don't know who you're
And
talking.
we think he's like top fucking 3.
Yeah, but then I don't know. I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
you were just degrading fucking Moten a second ago. You're like, well, we
No.
haven't seen him fight, but you know.
I
Oh, wait.
said
Are you saying that Usain
that
can't fight?
no, I said that we were talking about in terms of like a general rank them, and later on we could remove Moten and talk about in terms of strength. That's what I said.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
saying that it was a one.
I thought you were saying like you're talking shit on Moten because
Nah.
he's been looking bad in like fights.
Nah.
But no, I don't know if Osen can fight. To what DBT said earlier, I don't know if he's good.
I mean, he's in a royal house, right? He should have been trained in military arts just like Wuhan was.
And
Yes.
so is Hecky, but we've seen him fight.
And Hecky
Yeah,
is
he-
confident. He was taking
That
him
means
out.
God
man.
like
That
got
strong,
fundamentals.
powerful
He
mountain.
Oh, why?
Bruh,
do
if,
we-
we,
Fundamentals.
if we go back to the first arc and we look at who,
No, LA, I gotta stop.
Look how far he's come.
Why
Look
do
at
we
my
always,
boy.
why do we always go back to Hecky, fam? Like this guy's.
I don't know.
Hey,
These
he
guys
brought
are
it
just
there. He didn't
haters.
do
Like,
it.
We're talking
I'm not
about
even doing it. We Hecky fanboys not even doing it. That goes to show you.
top tier.
He got clout.
top tier is who you guys got. Who you got?
All right. So like, forget in terms of general. Let's just talk about in terms of strength. Like in terms of Gyoen, Ako, Bananji, Shin, Ohan. Those 5. Who do you think is like the strongest? Like the least strongest? I'll go start from Toilet, I guess.
Shit. You said Gyoun, Banaji, Ohon, and Shin,
And Ako.
and Akko. Shit.
That's tough.
That's gonna be hard as hell.
All right, I'm gonna put Banaji at 5 just because Uhon was giving him the works, and we've
Gave Yo
seen
Put
how.
his fist in his face though.
Yo on the work too.
Yeah, but that was like listen, that was a short period.
He
of
was
time.
rusty, bro.
Like
That
he
was
was,
what?
that was a short period of time, and he was giving
It's- it's-
he was
it's
giving
Ohon
Akko
versus
to work
Banaji.
for a couple chapters, like at least for like a majority of a chapter. You know what I'm saying? He just had a quick flurry with Gyoun.
But that's the thing though. It was the same for Bananji and Gillen because if you haven't gone up against like top tier spear wielders, it's hard to like kind of even get an attack off because they're just so fast and they have the initiative advantage.
Plus,
And
I-
that's why Bananji.
You can put Banaji
said, like,
differently when
No,
you place him.
No, I don't care about your ranking. I'm just talking about the reasoning behind it.
but like just to add, like they were
It's so hard that I gotta give you know what I'm saying? I gotta give some type of reason.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
you're
get
saying
you.
like he's at 5, but that doesn't mean he's weak.
Right.
of course,
Like
yeah.
I believe they're all on the same like
Tier.
they're all like I feel like they're all on the same level, honestly. Like if you put any one of them on a 1v1, it'll be high diff either way for all of them.
All right, so
Unless Banaji is talking shit about Issei to Shin, then Shin one shot.
That shit, man. Get the fuck out. Okay.
But yeah, I have Banaji, Uhon, Shin, Akko, Gyoun.
all right. I like that list. Do you want to add any reasons for it, or you just keep it at that?
Nah, like I said, I can't give a reason right now.
All right, so That's why I just wanted to put you guys on the spot. What about you, John?
Yeah, like that's hard as shit,
All
bro.
right, see, I have Eiko at number 1, then it's
Okay.
Gyoun, then Shin, then Bananji, then Ohan. And the thing is about Shin, like,
Oh, you think
I'm
Ohan
just-
is one?
Ohan's the last one.
Oh, okay. I thought you were putting. Oh shit! I was gonna say
The thing about
like,
Shin is he's able to like improve mid battle. So I think if he was to fight any of these guys, he would end up getting stronger than them. But like just judging their capabilities right now, I think Shin's number 3.
I am.
I agree with that.
I can like
Flip 1-5 and 1-2.
Ohan.
Okay.
Ohan might still be stronger than Shin, but I'm starting to doubt that as well. So yeah, DBZ, go ahead.
Okay. So I got Shin at 5, then Uhan,
Ooh.
then Bananji, then Akko, then Uhan.
Then Gyoun, you mean?
I was saying you
Did I
got
get cut
Uber
out?
1 and
Did I
4.
get out?
You repeat your list. Repeat your list.
Okay, I said Shin 5, then Uhan, then Akko, no, then Bananji, then Akko, then Euron.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I
I
believe,
like that list.
like Jonkin said, Shin gets better mid battle, but right now I don't think Shin is better than any of them.
wait, who'd you have at number 1 again?
Gyoun.
Euron.
We got 2 votes for.
Gyoun is he's the other dude that was like the right hand man, right?
So you're not caught up, LA, right?
No, I am caught up. These fucking names, dog. That's why I hate reading Kingdom One. What's
Yeah,
called
it is hard for
League.
me too.
It's like you
Yo,
fucking
Un is
forget
the
one of
one
these
with
dudes'
the
names.
snake
Wait,
on his
where'd you
helmet.
guys have Chogun Ryu? The other dude.
He was on the list. He was
What
on.
the fuck?
Bro, he's mainly a strategist. Come on.
I was about to say,
Oh,
he's
no,
a
his big
strategist,
ass.
bro.
You think his big ass is only fucking strategizing?
I don't think he's only a strategist. I just think he's more about strategy than fighting, and we haven't really seen him fight.
Yeah, and all 5 people are more impressive than him in terms of fighting. You know.
He hasn't had a clash himself yet, so we can't judge him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's BDV.
Yeah, okay. Y'all might not like this, but I put Akko above Bananji because he held off both Bananji and Gon.
All right.
Facts.
And then after that, I put Banji,
All right.
then Ohan, then Shin, then Go-Un because I haven't seen much of Go-Un martial fighting wise.
Huh?
Other than the last couple chapters.
You have Akko at 1?
Yeah, because he held off both Bananji and Go-Un.
Nah, like
Both of them versus him on their ones could not kill him.
I don't
Yeah,
think
give him
in
that.
terms of Guillaume's full extent, we haven't seen all of it, but then he's still been hella impressive. You see when he was doing his Shin, their first fight? And
Yeah.
the fucking hype he was getting about him being inhuman might and shit. Fucking the mantle of Zhao. What do you mean, bro?
Yeah, I got.
We gotta see more though, because the thing is this, right? I'm saying this, right? Since he already went against Shin, everybody knows shit. If Shin gets in the fight, he gets better next fight, correct?
Yeah.
He's the
Yes.
main character.
That
so
will
he
also
got
go
that.
for Guillaume as well, because you know he hasn't fought anyone for fucking 12 years, right?
That's what I said about Gon. That's why he's number 5.
Yeah. But, all right, whatever. Go ahead.
And that's basically, I already said my list. It's Ohan, Shin, and Gon.
Ale, what about you?
I got Yoan probably at 1, Akko at 2. Fuck. And then the last 3 are probably all tied. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I'd probably put Bananji there. Like they're all generals, and so for me to put Ohan and Shin ahead of them at this time would be pretty wild.
We're just talking about in terms of their strength and combat ability.
Oh, and if we talking about straight strength, I'll probably put Shin at 1. Put Gyoen at 2, Akal 3, Ohan, and then Bananji.
Man, you calling him a cow? Like, put some respect on his name.
A cow over there.
I mean, he should be dead too. Like,
Facts.
so, you know, we got some drifting in fucking Kingdom now, so his life is sweet.
we got some awesome families riding this shit, bro. All right, never mind. Fuck that. Oh, for my list, I have Gyoen 1, Akko 2, Bananji 3, Shin 4, and then Ohan 5. But then I think Bananji, if he shows his fucking berserker mode, if that's actually a thing, he could be number 1 in this. In my eyes, 'cause I feel like Bananji, I might be sleeping on him a little.
All right, what about Kyokai? Where do you
We
guys
can all
rank
agree that
Kyokai on
Bananji
this?
is like number 1 when it turns to
Oh
boxing.
shit, that's a good question, Jonkins. What do you guys have Kyokai? I completely forgot about it. Was the like introduction of these top 3 people? You know,
I mean, Kyokai probably number one.
I think Hyokai's on the same level, but the problem is her stamina.
She's
So I think she,
I mean,
if she's going in a straight 1v1, like I think
I have her.
Sam's gonna go
I have her six. I have her six if I'm making.
right. I
Oh,
was about to say I have a 6. I have her at 6 too.
Wait,
yeah, I think she's
how
losing
do
to
you have
everybody
her
here.
at 6 when Shin hasn't beaten her once?
It's why he said this, man. I don't
Shin
know.
hasn't had a serious fight with her yet.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that if he can keep up, listen, she's already stated that she's using her breath on speed when they use their sparring, and he's been shown to be able to keep up with her slightly. I'm saying in a real fight,
Alright, Shin was way weaker back then, though. He's gotten a lot stronger.
Outlast her stamina wise.
Yeah, and then him fighting an enemy that he wants to defeat, like was all his heart, adds the extra layer of going all out beyond your limit, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
I don't
like,
think-
I think Kyokai is really deadly with her like
That's
dance and
on
shit,
top
but
of the fact that we've seen
I don't think
Kyokai
he can,
fight
like, kill
generals like
everybody.
Ryuto. And,
Oh, we've seen Kyokai do some fucking ridiculous stuff, like 1v100 type of bullshit. Like right in the middle of everyone coming at her type of bullshit.
yeah, but bro, he
For her,
also
I
got
don't think
instances
any
by
of the other
Ryuto in the
five
battlefield, who was known as a strategist, not a fighter.
I mean, I don't think any of the other 5 dudes besides maybe Shin and Ohan can do that, where you just put her in the middle and bring everyone at them.
I think they all could.
I think
No, I,
they'll
think
yeah,
I
bro.
think they all could. I
They
think
all
they're
could.
better. Like
with a horse.
her style is like short-term combat. Like if anything, they'd be better at like cleaving a bunch of like fodder soldiers.
Yeah, we seen
Yeah.
Bananji just go through a whole. I mean, Gyoen go through a whole unit of Goomies like before he came.
But okay, when Bananji went through all of them, they were all had their like backs turned. That's like an easy slice.
No, I'm talking
Yeah.
about Gyoen when you know how Gunwi, the Echo's adjutant, was like, I'm gonna stall him for a minute. This dude just went
Oh
through-
yeah, he got
Oh,
one hit.
Yeah, he got pretty easily.
So what were you saying?
Hold up. R.I.P. to my man Goonie. He was a real one.
Yeah.
He had a real one.
We
He
had
was a
one
real one.
channel of him. What do you mean?
Nah, dude was
He
a
was a
cocky
damn.
guy.
real one, my nigga. Just listen to his name. He was a Goonie. Chill.
It's a good.
He was a real one.
Oh yeah, this dude was underestimating Galen, bro. In my 44 years of service, man. I haven't been mistake.
Fucking Johnsons. That's so trash.
But
That's
yeah,
gonna be-
like I was
Watch.
saying, like I think Kyokai, her dance is really deadly. I just don't think she can kill any of them in the time limit. And like
Yeah.
Shin, he was able to like go up against Gyoun and like stalemate him for like hours. Like if that was Kyokai there, I think her breath would just run out and she'd die.
She
Uh,
died. Yeah.
Yes, Shin's stalemated, but I think her ability could possibly kill her. Or kill.
Possibly, yeah. I just don't think it's happening based on what we've seen. Like
Especially-
we've seen like evidence that people can react and keep up with that speed.
I mean, the sparring sessions we did see with Kyokai and Shin, it didn't look close.
And especially
That
like
was a long time ago.
on horseback.
I know that was a long time ago, but if he's improving, so is she, is the question.
Remember, she fought Ryuto and was injured multiple times. And Ryuto is not a fighter; he's a strategist. So if someone who's not even a martial-minded general can
Yep.
injure her, these
But
dudes that train every day to fight, they're gonna be able to keep up and touch her, bro. If not
Yep.
Shin, Gyoun and Banaji and Akko, yeah, bro, they're gonna touch her.
Bate,
But look-
the one that was like, that I think that all 5 of the guys we mentioned beat him like at most mid diff. I feel like, and he said one of my hits would knock out Uyito, like one of my fucking glaive throws or axe throws he has. So that just shows like Ryuto's not like up there in strength at all.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, guys,
Ryuto
I
isn't
gotta
that-
go. It's been a pleasure.
God, dude.
All right, what up?
Yeah.
Peace, DBZ. Thanks for coming, man.
Oh no, it's on by myself now.
Like I was saying, like Ryuto obviously isn't that great, and he was able to react and like compete with her speed in like several occasions. So I think like these actual like monsters like Gyoun, like they can like
Fuck.
they can hang with her. Like
Yeah, I think
So
Akko was definitely can hang with us. This dude's a fucking the Flash, bro.
speed demon, man, speed demon.
He's faster than Kyokai, bro. What the hell? This shit was on his neck, and he was like, "I
Yeah,
bet."
this man double hit while being thrown down. That shit was so fucking bullshit.
It
I
was,
was
but he
pissed.
That
still
was
did
the
it.
biggest
He still did
asshole I've ever seen.
it. He still did it. You gotta give
Yeah,
him.
he was like, "Hold my beer, bro," and he fucking got them both. He was like,
Hold my fucking beer. Oh my god.
Let me know when Kyokai has 2 glaives from fucking monsters at her neck, and she just
Yeah,
blocks them.
and we know how fucking fast Bananji is. This dude had a fucking speed to his forehead, and he blocked that shit. That's just even crazier, you know.
Yeah.
This man had
Let me
time.
know when what's called Ako goes up against what's his face?
Who?
Who's that monster? Oaken, yeah, goes up by Oaken and lives. So let me know when that happens.
Hey, you went up against Gyoen and Banaji and lived. That's pretty much the same thing.
Hell
Facts.
nah.
Yeah,
One
it is.
Oaken
What?
does not equal.
What do you
One
mean?
Oaken does not equal Banaji and
No, I
Ed.
think Banaji and Gyoen beat him. What do you mean?
Hell no. Have you seen Oaken?
Yes, I've
Wait,
seen
what?
Oaken. Have you seen Banaji and fucking Gyoen?
Wait, what did I just?
Basically,
No,
Twale,
no.
the argument is Hoken versus Gyoen and Banaji.
Hoken mid diffs these niggas.
What I said?
Nah,
Mm.
nigga,
Ah,
no, come
Yeah,
on.
that's what I'm talking about. Twilight. Let's
Come
go.
on.
that shit.
Wait.
Come
Hold
on, man.
hold on.
Come
Hogan
on,
got
man.
shook by Oki though.
That was
Hoken
that was
beat
that
him.
was
Yo,
a that
is
was an
next
old
level,
Hoken,
though.
bro.
but real talk, this
Hoken
nigga look like
since
he about to
then,
get baby shook.
chill. Hoken since then been hitting the tiger gyms, bro. You see, he be bench pressing giant tigers and shit. Nah, bro. When he fought Duke, there was no bullshit, and Duke was stated to be stronger than Oki physically.
Yo,
You
his
know
arm
what I'm
got broke,
saying?
No, he
nigga.
wasn't. No,
I'm
he wasn't.
sorry, his arm
Bro,
got broke.
Twale, right? Hoken mid diff, what's his name? Dukio, and I feel like Gyoen and Banaji are Dukio level. So if they both tag team him, they're not here mid diff. No two ways about it, fam.
Bro,
Yes, they are.
Oaken's
You made that same
speed,
face you made when you
strength.
saw Os.
Okay, look,
Hey,
if
you wanna know
Bananji
why?
and what's it called? The other dude can't even take out a code.
They
Two.
did.
Hey, Eiko's a beast, man. That just speaks volumes to
Nah,
how much of a
man,
monster
come on,
Eiko is.
Listen,
Come
bro. You
on.
Yo,
gotta be
that's why
fucking
Akko's number one on my list.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. Don't be sitting on Echo to fucking hype up Hoken, bro. Echo's a beast, man. Echo can like be Hoken.
I didn't say nothing
Echo
about
is a
Hogan. What I'm
beast.
gonna say is, look. Banaji got the works from Uhome.
He didn't get the works, man. Don't say that.
Yes, he
Don't
did,
lie.
bro. He
Nah,
got the
he was
works.
getting used to
Bro,
it. And
Ohan didn't even damage this nigga. Like, what?
yeah,
Yo, Osan,
He
like
couldn't even.
Ohan just
My
went over
nigga,
and tap. That was it.
think about it though. Uhome didn't get much damage in, but you couldn't even get an attack off. He
yeah,
got
but
the works.
That's what I was talking about earlier. It was the same thing with Yoon because when you first fight a spear wielder, it's hard to do something at the beginning, but once you get used to their like style and their attack,
yeah.
that's when like you can like start putting in more work as the fight goes on. That's why Bananji said like maybe in a couple more clashes I can get used to it and then I can start like putting in work.
And he
I don't
actually
give a fuck.
he was actually able to hit what's his name Ohan last chapter, bro.
Shin
Yeah.
didn't need no time to adjust.
Shin,
Shin?
what?
Yeah, Gakurai's a motherfucking spear wielder.
And
Shin didn't need no
Gakurai's
time to adjust.
No way, Twale, no way. God,
Come on, Twale, man.
don't
Hey,
compare
listen.
him to Ohan. Like Ohan one
All I'm saying is, you guys said spear wielders, right? My
top tier
nigga
ones,
got.
top tier ones, top
Top
tier.
tier
I'm
ones.
just saying though, like he gave him the works. So you say so you wouldn't say that before the Choyu arc, Uhon didn't give Shin the works.
I mean, kind of, but not really, because he didn't really do much. He did overpower Shin, so he did seem superior to him, but like it was
Yeah.
too short of a clash to like
I
say
think
anything like
Ohan is
definitive.
just
But that shit won't happen now. I bet you that much.
pre
Yeah.
Oki glaive. Ohan is a bad matchup for Shin, but now with that glaive, I think Shin is taking Ohan.
No, it's
My
actually
nigga,
like kind of worse because like the reach of the glaive is different.
The
Like
reach of the glaive is like
No, not the reach, like the
way
weight,
longer.
the range,
the
like
weight of it.
the weight of it. Plus, and like
As long
I mean, the
as
weight
Shin
of
is
it.
staring
He's
at Oki's
mastering
back,
that. I'm saying like
Yo,
he's
Yo,
kind
Shin
of
cut that
right
glaive.
now.
I'm
Yo,
saying
Shin
that
cut that spear in half.
the speed and shit disadvantage that he had was the sword, it being short and stuff. Because he has more like maneuverability with it. If he has the glaive, as we've seen with
Yeah, he
Bananji
has
and
more
Gil.
like
Yo, let me finish, bro.
his speed is
So-
better. But I'm saying his reach is ass with the sword.
I know, but then was fucking Ohan like he was stuffing these dudes that they couldn't even get a swing off. I feel like it would be easier to swing with a sword than it would be a glaive in that situation.
But we've seen Rinko versus Ohan, even though Rinko was a lot stronger than him because of the reach disadvantage. Like he couldn't really get a hit off
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, but then he wasn't like as overwhelmed as he was in terms of
Like
Gil
what
and
we're
Banani.
trying to say, Draco, is it doesn't matter how fast your punch is if you can't fucking reach the guy.
Yo, shout out to Rico. He a real one.
Who's Rico?
Renko.
Oh, Rinko.
Oh,
Rinko.
Rinko.
Like you mean
The
King
other
Rico from Discord? What do you mean?
No.
Yeah, I'm about to wrap it up soon. Thanks for coming. You guys have like any last thoughts like of the arc and what we discussed today? Anyone want to go? I guess.
I got a question for Twilight. Twilight, earlier you said that if Heki does something good, he can't be redeemed, right?
Depends on what he does.
So I'm
Back to
telling you
this.
this. I'm telling you this. If the Cavs win the series against the Warriors, are people going to remember that J.R. Smith play?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, about to say Bobby. That shit is gonna be on the top 10 knots for a minute, bro. It might even make history.
No, what I'm trying to say is that play will be basically irrelevant. So even though he fucked up the food storages, if he can make a great play or win the fight or the battle, I think it's gonna be all right.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but that's in terms of me. That was in terms of a bet that we had, and the stipulation of the bet was that Heki would be beneficial before he was a detriment, and he was a detriment twice before he becomes beneficial
I don't
because he
think that was
hasn't
the
been
bet, though.
beneficial.
I think it was just, is Heki gonna do something like really major?
yeah.
No,
I
Yeah, happened
remember.
twice.
I remember the
that's
John
what I remembered.
said. He was like, "Oh, none of us thought that Heki is gonna do shit, right?" And DBZ was like, "If he does something major, I'll
Okay,
win the
something
bet."
major as in what? How? Like what's major? Give me something major.
We don't know.
Take off
If he
SSJ's
plays
head.
a big part in like them winning the battle,
That's
Yeah.
major.
so I guess if he has like a major,
Son, unless he 1v1s a general, I'm not counting it.
nah,
Yo, Carla, you hating, man.
if his strategy is the reason why like Katari was able to 1v1 the guy, then he pretty much gets the props too.
If good strategy is okay, he gets props, but it's not enough to win the bet because that's not something that major.
But
It
he
is
got the
though, because-
fundamentals,
I mean,
bro.
think about it like this,
Without him,
Twilight.
he wouldn't be able to-
Moten wasn't really fighting out there. Shin was doing the heavy work, but Moten had the strategy. But Moten got the credit.
Yes, but that was a great strategy. This is
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be
saying if
one-
Heki pulls
listen,
off a
this-
great
this
strategy.
is one A1 fucking strategy, bro. Listen,
Yeah, I'm saying if that's why you got to say if Heki pulls off an A1 strategy, you're not gonna give him credit.
I feel
The
like
fundamentals.
oh no, I would give him credit, but it's a matter of if homie wins the bet or not. That's what I'm
Oh,
arguing.
okay.
It's not that I
don't
wouldn't
win
give
the bet.
Heki credit
Yeah,
for something he does.
before
You know what I'm saying? It's
before
just
before I end it, like I had one last topic to talk about. It's like a small thing, like going around. Who's your favorite character this arc so far, and like what's your like favorite moment / chapter? If you guys want to, like,
All right, I'll go first. Riboku,
your favorite character.
Riboku assassin in this arc. Yeah,
Alright,
that moment was
All right.
wild.
BDV.
Yo, mine was Hecky the fundamentals, bro. The fundamentals.
the fundamentals. I love
Yo,
it.
I seen your live reaction that you can't say you wasn't impressed, Twilight.
Oh no, yeah, I loved it because the only problem I had with it is that it took 8 days.
No, he
Yeah,
did it.
that is a
Yo,
bit
he did it low key to get rid of some troops for more food.
I hate that theory so much. I truly do.
But
Why
it
y'all
makes
painting?
sense.
Why y'all painting Heki to be this savage, yo? Like Heki's not
Yo,
this savage.
He learned from Osen.
I feel you. I feel you. All right, my most hype moment. I ain't gonna front. My most hype moment was when Moten rallied the left half.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, that's 2 for me after the Riboku shit. Just because I did not.
Alright,
expect
and
Riboku.
who's your favorite character this arc?
Damn. Well,
He gonna say Hecky.
nah, Shin's my favorite character, but like my favorite new character is Akko.
Hey.
So I'm gonna say Akko.
God.
Yeah, I think that was the question. Favorite new character, but whatever. What about
Yeah.
you?
He's a real one.
Akko.
All right, so my favorite character this arc has been Eiko. He's pretty much like Bayo Mobu. Like this nigga, he's a straight warrior through and through. He likes to fight like fair battles. He doesn't try to fuck with strategy. But since he's under Osen, you see he's a lot more disciplined. Like he'll put aside his personal preferences and like his pride and like shit just for like the sake of victory. Like when it comes down to it, he'll use the strategy. He'll like pull out those crazy Osen tactics. He'll do anything it takes to win. He like he's with Osen, right? Like he's incredibly loyal to him. So like he fucks with Ohan too, because Ohan's obviously the heir, and like we see the kind of shit he does for Ohan. Like he'll put his life on the line for him, just so Ohan can like make it through and like fulfill his duties as the heir. So I think he's been a really good character. He's been a badass. He's been someone that's really honorable, prideful, like shit that I really fuck with. My only thing is that we need to know why he's loyal to Osen. That's
I was just about to ask the same question.
yeah. That's like the
How
only
the
thing
fuck
left
did-
that like he needs to have like to complete his characterization. We need to know his motivations and just the reason why he's loyal to Osen. Then I think like his character will pretty much be completed.
Yeah, how the
And-
fuck did Osen get him on his team?
My favorite moment is probably him 1v2ing them niggas. That shit was too raw, man. There was no words needed. That was just straight savage. man.
Yeah, there's no words needed for headcanon, or I mean ass pulls.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nah,
Bro, come on, man.
he's
My
a real
favorite-
one. What you mean?
My favorite character this arc has been Ohan. I like how badass he's been looking, especially with the what he did last chapter and the moment he had the great general sight. I also like the several character moments he had with what's his name, him letting Shin go, and then him finally respecting and realizing the use of Akko. And that moment he had like last chapter or 2 chapters ago, he was like, "I'll promise you, I'll bring back your head," which was actually another dope moment he had. And like, if you talk about like friggin' favorite new character, it's probably gonna be either Bananji or Gillen. I like the fucking nonchalantness of Gillen when he does things, like, just intrigues me. He seems like a guy that would just do anything and he will do it without saying anything. Besides the beginning points when he was like talking shit to Shin about how if RSJ was alive and shit like that, that was pretty weak. But and also Bananji, I like how he's always enjoying everything. He never just seems down, he's just always smiling, which like was Rempa and Oro. That's the things I like about him as well. Favorite moment is either between Ohan having that great general sight and like leaving that like that awful situation to go turn it on Bananji, or the 1v2 with Akko. Even though I didn't like it, that you can't deny how badass that shit was. So yeah, that's about it.
Alright.
As ended there. Thanks guys for joining. I don't know. I think we have 5 viewers now. I think we had 7 out of point, which is nice to see. I'm
Like the stream.
yeah, like the stream. Join Draco Nation. Fuck you guys.
Recognition.
Yeah, I like if you guys have like Twale's channel, and I think Jonkin has a channel. Yeah, I'm gonna post your links. Just DM me your like channel stuff, and I'm gonna put it in the description. I already linked the Discord that we always stay at. So if you're new and you haven't watched me before, if you want more discussions like these, we have them in the Discord. Like every chapter day it comes out, and other days we have like random ass debates about Kingdom.
This is Uso's Discord, huh?
Nah, the Kingdom Community Discord. Get it right, not Usev's Discord. LA.
But
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, Usev's Discord. Yeah. So thanks for like, I plan on continuing this like on a weekly or bi-weekly event if I don't get inconsistent with my shit. But hopefully I won't. Like if like a dope ass chapter comes out and like a chapter worth discussing, I'm gonna post like a stream about it. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for joining the stream, and don't forget to leave a like. Peace.
Love Hecky.
Peace.